What's up, Devils? J-Dog back with another goddamn fucking interview. And we got fucking Evil Mike of Evil Incarnate here in goddamn, I guess, Cleveland, Ohio.
Fuck yeah.
How's it going,
Finally
Mike?
back. Finally get to get on your channel, man. I've been watching you for a while.
Oh, yeah? You watch every one or just kind of peek in?
Most of them.
Yeah.
I kind of skim here and there, sometimes, but most of them I watch.
So we're like, what were some that you liked or hated or disagree with or agreed with? Because I don't give a shit if people disagree or not, so...
I actually like some of the catchphrases you'll have for some of your videos, that like kind of get you to go, oh yeah, I gotta see what this one's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be like the turds will be like sending you some shit, and you're like, all right, listen, dude, it's like this or whatever. But the corn kids and they started listening to metal yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always funny.
How did you find out about the channel? Did someone send it to you?
Somebody told me that you were on there wearing an Evil shirt one day or something. I was like, oh really? Like, yeah, dude. Well, we were on Hell's Gamers for a while, dude.
Yes, a lot of people don't know, especially these 19-year-olds around. But I've told it on channel, but you guys don't realize the first 12-inch vinyl we've ever put out was Evil Incarnate, Black as Sins of God's Disgrace.
Yeah, man.
Because the first vinyl was None Slaughter Setneck split 7-inch, but the first 12-inch was Evil Incarnate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome too,
a lot of the people that weren't there from day one, they didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, dude, the blood swirl one, there was like a splatter.
Yeah, that's the first 100 on that. I still have it. Yeah.
That's killer. I don't even have one, dude. My wife.
I showed mine on camera at least one video.
Dude, old shit when you were a kid, my dog ate my homework.
Yeah,
my dog ate my fucking wine.
that was actually for real though, huh?
Yeah, because for me that shit's trophies. We're not gonna make millions of dollars, and we don't fucking want to be in that.
Yeah, it's commemorated. Yeah.
We're not gonna be in with the Slipknots and all that. We don't want to. So we're like, dude, this is my trophies fucking thing, man. All my trophies.
Yeah.
Some people play football. I fucking do this.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, honestly, it's funny because a lot of underground heads I've talked to that like Evil Incarnate too, I've always felt the band in general is just underrated because, I mean, you guys have been around a while and it can appeal to both fan bases, death metal and black metal, but yet it's not as appreciated, and I guess some of it's because some of the controversy shit you said, but the thing that's weird about that is, but Burzum still sells hand over fist, and there's all kinds of controversy, and not to mention, when I got into Evil Incarnate, it was the Blood of the Saints disc.
Okay.
And I think I either bought that off Baxter's shop or I got it off Rich Lipscomb's disc.
Probably.
Probably like 99 or so.
Yeah.
That's my introduction. I was just like, it was just satanic death metal. That's all I ever thought of it as. So like, having said that, like, what would you being in like Satanism and death metal music? Which did you get into first, and how did you get into each?
Well, I probably was into Wasp and probably Ted Nugent. Shit like that when I was like 9.
Because you're how old? You're like 50?
Yeah, I'll be 50 in December.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Then eventually I found Wasp, and then it went from there to like Metallica and Slayer, and then went from there to like, buddy had Celtic Frost or something. Like, oh, dude, yeah. And it just kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
Through the Dark Angel Testament to, death metal. When that came out, I was like, dude, what's that, dude? You go to a party in Chicago or somewhere, and there's like some dude off in the corner listening to like Butcher at Birth or something. You walk by, you're like fucking 16, you're like, hey, dude, what was that?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's death metal. Death metal. What? All right, cool.
So was that? Did you think that was the first death metal you heard then? Was Cannibal, or did you hear
Probably.
Possessed? Or, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't even get into Deicide until the second album.
Legion.
Yeah, and
did you get into it when it was the album currently out, or you got into it so around 92?
Yep. And dude, I didn't like it.
No.
I was like, oh, Satan's man, I can't go demon. I'm like, what the fuck is that, dude? I'm like, turn that off. Put that fucking Celtic Frost back on, dude.
Yeah.
And then it became one of my favorite bands after a while. So
yeah, okay.
Here's how shit works.
Yeah. So then when did you get into like the Satanism and shit like that? Like what kind of?
High school, buddies would come around with a fucking satanic Bible and shit, and they'd keep it in tin foil because they couldn't get any light, and you're like, dude, what's that? And fucking it just kind of would progress. I had some neighbors that, they ended up committing murders. I went to prison and shit, and my whole yard was like fucking FBI and fucking, it was crazy, dude. Their pentagram in the basement, when they found it, they're like, we want to know about the pentagram. I know you got to know something. It's your next door neighbor and shit. I'm like, I don't know nothing, man. I don't know nothing.
And you really did it?
I mean, I did.
No, that's not what I told them.
I ain't narking on these guys. They're cool as fuck to me, dude. They fucking every morning I'd knock on their window and shit, and then he'd like open the window and go,
so did you know anything about the murder or anything like that, or that just was coincidental?
Well, when they came back that day, the one guy was already running, and then the second guy, when he came home, he's like, I just gotta go, man. I ain't got time to talk nothing, I gotta go. I'm like, well, gotta go where, man? I'm like, dude, you gonna pat me a bowl for school or what? Because now I'm like privileged, and I think I'm supposed to have that every day.
Yeah. It's like your
They're
lunch.
drug dealers and shit,
Yeah.
And now the kids are expecting it on, before we go to school, dude. I ain't got time, I gotta go. So then I figured it out when my whole yard had the news and all that shit.
What year would that have been?
And I just reposted that on my Facebook too. It's funny, only one person liked or commented or anything, dude. There's all these people that are always like hardcore, yeah, hail Satan and shit. And then all I was doing was reminiscing.
Yeah. And
not even wow, that's fucking crazy or nothing. And Sammy from Bestial Burst Records is the only motherfucking person that hit a like. And then everything, anything dumb before or after, you're shitting and trying to shit at the same time, but somebody's beating up your girlfriend, you couldn't help it, you had to take a shit, some dumb meme. You had a bunch of people liking that, but I was like, that's fucking weird, dude. People are so weirded out over actual, people I don't fuck with it now, because I've had a lot of bad experiences.
Like with Satanism, they call and shit?
Yeah, I've had, my wife wake me up saying the fucking bed was jumping up and down like a goddamn Exorcist movie.
Well, according to King Diamond, you don't mess with the black magic. That's what the dangerous meetings are.
Dude, I've had shadow people fucking terrorize me. It's not cool. It sucks. So
yeah.
I'm like, you stay over there, I'll throw you some fucking meat, and then you just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't personally fuck with it anymore, but yeah, it will fuck with you if you let it. If you don't know what you're doing,
yeah,
obviously there's ways to be safe about it.
So that being said, since you obviously believe that there's some type of spiritual thing going on, then do you believe in the whole heaven and hell and all that, or do you think that shit
Nah, dude, I don't think it's the way they're trying to say it. I think that's more like the Zionists just want to rule the fucking world. And religion has been twisted so much throughout history that there's a demonic or some sort of entities and things that we don't fully understand, like how they're messing with CERN and all that shit to open portals. These fucking people that are way up there and their families have been doing this for hundreds of years, they know really what's up, unless you've been educated. But I was never educated enough to know properly. And in my opinion,
It's a slippery slope.
There's definitely stuff out there. I know this for a fact, but it's not like they portray it, because their rabbis will talk about how they can't wait to enslave all of us and murder us and all this other
all the demons and shit? Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, that when we all die, then in your beliefs, what do you believe? Do you believe we just rot in the ground, or do you believe
No, I think there's some kind of spirit, because there's ghosts for sure. I've had ghosts even when I was a kid in places. So definitely.
So in that belief, because I always want like whether you're a Christian or whether I feel like in their mind, because it always felt weird to me. So take like a serial killer like Albert Fish, right?
Yeah.
So technically, he's still alive in their belief, whether he's in heaven or hell or whatever. They actually.
The guy from Scientology, he's still around, fucking haunting and shit. And he was hardcore with Aleister Crowley and shit. So yeah, he was real big into all that.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, having said that, all that, then were you ever? Because I don't think I've ever mentioned, you were always. The first show I've ever seen you guys at was the Ohio Death Fest. I think that was in 2000. I don't remember which year you guys played.
Yeah.
So you guys were kind of always affiliated, whether by choice or not, more like the death metal, even brutal death metal. Yep. So you guys at a fest like that stood out like a sore fucking thumb.
Yeah.
Did you like any of the black metal?
I'm real picky with black metal.
So what's the black metal?
I love Archgoat.
Okay.
Like I said, Celtic Frost, Bathory, and stuff like that. The New Immortal, I actually like that.
So did I picked it up too. I thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, really? It was kind of like what's that one album that they had put out? This super awesome album with the snow on the front. That's all it is.
It's not the one the two guys stand there. Battles in the North.
Yeah, that might.
That's it. Oh, there's at the Art of Winter.
I can't remember. Dude, I got I'm like you. I got way too much shit in my brain.
So at the Art of Winter, there's Damned in Black. There's Pure Holocaust, Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Battles in the North is my favorite.
I think it's Battles in the North.
That was the first one I picked up. I remember I ordered that from Nuclear Blast. And the guy on the phone was like, "Oh, that's the best one." I'm like, all right, well, cool.
99% of the time, I'm gonna put on some old school death metal.
Yeah.
But when I want to get that, black metal taste, I'll do something like that.
Okay. What's your? I've asked Mel, what do you consider the greatest death metal album for you? Like that, your personal fave that's really up there. That comes to mind always first thing that kind of pops in your mind.
To decide. The greatest death metal album. Shit. Oh man, I do so horrible with these questions because I like so much shit.
always go with your go-to, brother.
If I had to finally just go, I don't know, maybe Carnage or Entombed Left Hand Path or something like that. So.
Okay. Hey, you speaking of that, it's actually kind of funny because on the Depopulation Agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, you covered the Dismember.
Yeah.
Override the Overture, and it's funny because I thought it said for years I couldn't believe people haven't covered that. There's only one other band I know that covered that, and it was never even released.
Oh, okay.
There's a Cleveland band called Dead of Night. It was Post from the Depths. As a matter of fact, Dead of Night, they just did one demo. Hoping for Hells to do it on vinyl or something. We're trying to do the From the Depths stuff first. It's with Matt Sorg. We're talking about, but they played a live show. This is probably 2005, something around there. And the show, they played Override the Overture. I was like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
But then, when you're the only other band I know that's covered that. Because to me, that's in my top 3 of favorite Dismember songs.
Okay.
And I just thought it was a really standout song. So I always thought that was weird that nobody covered that.
We're
And maybe
doing
someone
Into
else
the-
did.
We're doing Into the Grave now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
So that's going to be on the next record?
Yeah.
Because you have so it's recorded, right?
Yeah. I'm putting it out. I'm going to start up doing a label.
So, but I mean, the full length is done because I saw that there's a flyer advertising a new song. So it's done then.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing actually a Grave tribute for the first album. I mean, once I get it all together too, it'd be killer if somebody put that on vinyl. But because I can't afford to do that.
Yeah, CDs are pretty.
I'm doing
easy
it
to
on
do.
CD. But anyway, we're doing Into the Grave. There's so many killer bands that are going to be on that thing. It's going to be a killer tribute.
So you're doing it. So you're putting out the tribute yourself as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that cover song going to be on the Evil Incarnate album, or is it just
Yeah,
on that
we're
tribute?
also going to put it on the new album.
Okay.
It's going to be a 3-song demo. We want to do it old school, dude. We want to be like, because that's just basically what we are. We're fucking old school. So we're like, dude, we want the CDR with the little fucking paper tray and shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to do the little tape cassettes, just like how we did back in the old days, dude. We're going to do it just like that.
So you have the demo coming out first, then you're going to release the album.
Yeah.
So the album won't be out until easily mid next year.
Probably. Yeah. We got 3 songs about right now, so.
Okay. And you guys had I mean, there was a big gap. What were you guys? Was there ever a point where you're like, I'm done with it, I hung it up, and you're like,
Yep. Dude, I had so many fucking problems.
What year was that around when you thought you hung it up for good?
Well, let's see. When Depopulation Agenda came out.
So I think it was before that. There's a big gap before?
Yeah, there was like 2 years there where I had,
I thought it was longer than
had
that.
it done. I was trying to finish it up, and then before that, I just stayed out for 8 years. So I want to say our last show was in Kentucky. We did a festival. God damn, that was so long ago, dude. Probably 14 years, 12 years. But we've been back now for a couple years. At least, seriously, a couple years now. So that's been a while.
And you're the only original.
We've been hustling and like.
But you're the only original guy, right? That's on everything.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what? Because you seem like every release is different guys, isn't it?
Yeah. It was fucking rough, dude. It's like, man, why do I get stuck with the fucking dudes that like are cool as fuck, and then they turn out to be a junkie and their crazy ass girlfriend.
Is that what it
fucking
is?
Like making up stories about people to get them fucking arrested again and just bullshit. It's like, no, bitch, that's not how that fucking happened. And then you're like, dude, you signed the fucking goddamn police report? Fuck you, man. You know what I mean? So always bullshit. This band's cursed. I'm like, fuck.
Well,
So I finally said, forget it, and
it's his only bastard son trying to fuck you.
I said, forget it, dude. I'm fucking done. I'm just gonna be a normal guy for the first time since I was a teenager, and I got bored.
Yeah. So you just started back up because you just
And then I like seen what everybody was doing and was like, wow. And I missed so much shit.
Oh, so you weren't even paying attention to metal in general.
I was just like, I hardly played, and then finally one day I started playing. I was like, holy shit, I suck. I was like, dude, that can't happen. So I started playing again, and then that just sparked the fire.
Oh, okay. Whoa. So you're back for good now then.
Yeah, till I'm too old to do it.
How long do you think you'll go? I asked Corpse Grinder that same thing. So I got another 10 to 15 in me. And he's a little older than you.
We all decided we got a 5-year plan. We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna just hammer, hustle, whatever we gotta do. Network, And then if we're not at least up a little and doing killer fucking touring with like Deicide or whoever, then we're gonna go, all right, it was really fun. Fuck yeah. So, but I'll always play music.
So you God, you think better than I went out. I fucking.
But we got Moribund Records wants to release our whole backlog, so.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
that means everything.
So with that, getting the back catalog out and then also touring with something like Deicide, that's kind of the goal.
Yep.
Do you think that's
we'll see how cancel culture works with that, but
well, yeah, as far as tour for them, I mean, obviously it's funny because technically speaking, I mean, like that's hand in hand. Like
I don't know if other than Vader or Behemoth really where we would fit in.
I mean, I can't imagine Glenn would give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think
but I think it's. I don't even think he just uses whatever he gets paid, he don't care.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's something along those lines. Shit, if I ever get that fucking interview, I can ask him. Because goddamn, that's the number one I'm trying to get.
If you threw me a bone and said, dude, you
gotta
go on tour with fucking Evil Incarnate, I'd fucking love it.
I'll mention it.
All right.
I mean, the thing is, I was, Milwaukee Metal Fest. You probably saw that interview I did with the guy that put it on, that Jamie Johnston.
Yeah.
He said, he told me, and well, he said it on things, I guess I could say it, he's like, yeah, so next year I have to confirm Deicide, Overkill, and Sodom, right?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, if you do that deal, I definitely want an interview with Glenn. He's like, oh, no problem, I can easily get you that. But the thing is that next Milwaukee, it's not even announced yet. He's not. I was like, what? And if it's next year, like an event like that, he's got to be doing it like 3 months ago, like working on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was like, is it happening? Like, I don't. He told me point blank that I'm definitely doing it next year.
Okay.
So, but there's no one. You can look. There's nothing out. So I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna say I'm worried, but it's kind of a bummer because that was my main reason I want to go.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I was had my opportunity to get that fucking interview.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. So, and that. So let's just say that's May or something that happens, and if it don't happen, I'll fucking mention it. You know.
Yeah, man.
So, is there anybody else, like underground wise, like if that didn't work out, that you consider, like who in your mind, like that's kind of current? They could have been, they could be either newer, or a little bit older that you'd be like, you know what, that's a respectable band that I like that I would tour with too.
Archgo, that'd be a killer tour, dude.
Well, yeah, if they can, yeah. Well, you guys, have you guys been to Europe?
Just for Steel Fest, that's it.
So you did one show, that was it.
Yeah, we got some plans, like they want us to do nice Easy Fest, stuff like that. So we're talking to some guys about a tour around that. But we were supposed to already be heading out in November to go to Mexico down through South America, but that's getting pushed back. The promoter's like doing way too many fucking tours. Everybody wants to come down here right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna revamp and figure some things out. But
no,
Witch Trap from Colombia.
Oh yeah. We put out all their shit.
I'd love to tour
And,
those guys.
I've never got to see them yet. They played a couple close. I think the last one they did, it was Detroit or something. It was weird. I'm like, why the hell they like? You're in the States, do them all. But I've never even seen them. But yeah, and I like every record by them. So.
I think I was just doing an interview and there was a band that was out by us used to be called Witch Hammer.
Okay.
And I think I said, oh yeah, Witch Hammer from Colombia, but I meant to say Witch Trap.
There's Witch's Hammer. There's Witch's Hammer from Canada.
Okay.
That was an old, speed thrash band
Yeah.
that did some demos in the 80s and then it came back in the 2000s and we're back to a couple albums. But no, dude, I messed up.
That shit happens.
Dude, I remember talking on my channel and I was talking about King Diamond that Give Me Your Soul, Please, and I said, For God Your Soul, like Punch and Stench.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, man. I'm talking
Some
off the cuff.
people are
like it's
awesome at like names and
no, I'm
every
good with.
song title.
I'm pretty good with that, but when you're just talking off the cusp, I talk faster than I think.
Oh, fuck, if I had my phone and I was like, about ready to do some squats or something, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, a lot of these guys are correcting me. You got Google right in front of you, dude. I'm just talking right off the top of my head.
Right.
I'm not going back and editing this
There's
shit.
so many bands, especially you guys being a label.
Yeah,
and
you
distributing.
see it all. I know.
100 times worse.
Dude, that's why people ask me all the time, have you heard such and such? You heard this? I'm like, I might have. I was like, I seen it come in the shop. I was like,
Did you get that Luna and Sanguina I sent you?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, that was when I was doing the thing with Craig, that Hellcast.
Oh, did you mention it on there?
I'm almost positive we did, but that was a few years ago. Yeah, we definitely did.
Oh.
And that's right around the time Depopulation Agenda came out, or at least I heard them both at the same time.
Maybe I sent you the first one. There's a new one I just sent you.
No, we definitely. So this is probably about 5 years ago. Is whenever around that came.
Okay.
I know we talked about playing it. I was like, I didn't know Mike was doing all that. I was like, this is good too.
Okay, yeah. That skipped from Richly Abused. Numbskull Richly Abused out in 1988.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah, the Pat Maxwell's from Wrath, a bunch of bands, been in a bunch of killer bands. And me, I was in Numbskull too. So buddy Rod, he's in there too.
So you're still based in the Chicago area, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's where you grew up, everything?
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the suburbs of it, or?
Yeah, we're up north about maybe 5 minutes from the border.
So, like, for example, like the club everyone talks about, Reggie's and shit, how far are you from that?
Oh, that takes me about an hour, 20 minutes, maybe an hour.
Oh, shit.
Depends on traffic or whatever.
Okay. Have you guys ever played there?
Yeah, Luna Sanguinum has. Evil Incarnate's banned from there.
Okay.
Because the guy that runs the joint is kind of liberal.
Okay.
Kind of, he is.
Okay.
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 And there's a chick that has a huge collection of Evil Incarnate, but as soon as her boyfriend, who apparently was abusive, but apparently everybody was abusive, crazy lady.
Right.
She's like, how dare you book him on any of your shows? And I was running a theater for a while too, and she's like, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? He's cool as fuck. She's like, no, this book here, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, that's between you guys. I don't give a fuck about other people's shit. I'm trying to run a business.
That's how I hate that hearsay shit. I always like, so obviously, through the business stuff, people say, I don't like this person, this band. I was like, dude, look, he was always cool to me. I was like, I just go by how people treat me.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, what they did, dude, I don't give a fuck. I was like, I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
If I went by that, I wouldn't like anyone. If I went by, because there's always gonna find somebody.
So because you don't like somebody, I'm not supposed to.
I was like, I had nothing to do with that shit, so I don't know. I was like, I was like, I don't care. Because
I don't
sometimes
give a shit
you
what color you are, what you believe in, whatever, man. If you're cool to me, we're fucking cool.
That's how I've always been. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she knows everybody for fucking them or fucking taking photos all the time at the club. So, like, she got us kicked out of there. So.
Oh, okay.
We'll never play there. And Wattane's fucking manager, actually, we were playing a show with them.
Oh, you played with Wattane?
We were supposed to, and then he all of a sudden told them, no, Evil Incarnate is not playing this fucking show. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You guys were like total National Socialists and shit before you fucking like said, no, we're not. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I remember when Wattane first came out, they were considered kind of like on the edge where people would bitch about, but everybody liked them, and it was satanic black metal. But yeah, now ever since they blew up, it's just, I guess, more commercialized. I guess. Who fuck knows? So maybe that's what you gotta do, Mike. Just get more commercials.
Well, all those news reports are all over the place.
Yeah. Is there any brand new bands that come out in the last 5 years that you personally like, or or is it just like?
I mean, I like some like Stabbing. They're a really good death metal band. You know. I'm real picky, man. Like,
no, so am I.
I
That's why I heard it all.
to my go-tos usually, and then I'm like, well, that sounds like suffocation. I'm gonna throw Pierce Wood down. You know what I mean? So
what I tell these guys. Sounds like a lot of it. I was like, this sounds like something I've heard 100 times already.
Yeah.
No,
and I'm sure Evil Incarnate has stuff that people have heard. I mean, whatever. We all have influences, but not a lot of people really try to be unique, like especially singers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people tell me, dude, when I hear your vocals, I know it's you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has
Nobody really wants to do that. They all want to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is he saying?
Well, speaking of that, because like I said, you guys, when I first saw you at the Ohio Death Fest, you stuck out like a sore thumb because there's all that brutal shit at the time. At that time, I even wondered then. I was like, I wonder if they like any of the bands play.
Yeah, I did.
Did you like some of those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love brutal death metal. It's just like a lot of the bands now, like some of the festivals. 3 days of just non-stop, every band almost exactly the same.
No, I know.
And no disrespect at all to Steel Fest, but even with some black metal bands, it's
No, I know.
the same fucking thing.
That's where it gets funny because the brutal death guys will rip on the black metal guys for that. Sounds the same shit in the black metal. I was like, you guys are both fucking guilty. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It can go either way.
Just give me necrophobic or something. You know, I'll fucking throw that on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm just real picky, man. And it's all a matter of personal preference. I don't expect everybody to like my band.
Yeah.
They don't like it, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, sure. Well, did you have was it about the 20-minute mark? That's where I like. Do you have anything you wanted to add or promote or say or?
Oh no, man! I'm just glad to be on your channel, dude. It's
Yeah.
fucking total honor to be on your channel. I'm glad that we all reconnected.
Well, I was gonna get you a Metal Threat, but the thing is, you caught me off guard. Like I didn't know you were gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
We
Like, I'm
wanted
like,
to play, but since we couldn't.
well, when I saw you're there, and
the
then
table.
when I thought the gig, I'm like, yeah, well, Mike's here. I was like, may as well interview him too. And then the Sunday or whatever, you were already gone.
You
I
know
was
how
like,
many
oh,
people
fuck.
are like, dude, why the fuck aren't you guys playing? I'm like,
Yes, I know you were gonna
go
be
talk
there.
to Fall.
Yeah.
I want to know too.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously.
Hopefully this year we're playing. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
you,
we'll see.
you mean the Metal Threat coming up next?
Yeah.
Well, it's a year from this October.
Right.
And we're definitely going to that, so we'll be at that. The lineup's fucking awesome so far that they've announced. There's a lot of bands playing that I like.
Well,
So-
Paul said we're one of his favorite bands who just was like waiting to see if things die down a little bit out there on us. So.
Okay.
But we got a few promoters that said they'll put their necks out and have us out there, so we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Destroyer 66 playing. There's a little bit of controversy on them too, and people still like them. I mean, I love those guys.
Yeah. They're unique. They sound
Yeah.
like they don't sound like anybody else. They
No,
sound
100%.
awesome.
I know. So that's actually the number one band I'm looking forward to see, because I've never even seen them before.
Yeah.
You know, we got to work with them and shit like that too, and I even like their last album they put out.
I like
So-
early Inquisition too. I mean, because they're just different. Like the guy's vocals.
That was Gnarbangs.
At first it was like, dude, what the hell? That's weird. But after a while, it was like, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I've had stuff where it exactly hits you like, what is this? But then
Yeah.
as you listen, you're like, yeah, kind of like, I've had 100% had that for shit.
Yeah. So I'm just picky.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing personal.
You have to be with the amount of shit that's out now.
Wow.
Between that's out now and the back catalog of all the stuff that's still going on or done,
Yeah.
you have to be selective. There's no way you can listen to it and hear it all and have it, so you have to be selective.
Oh yeah, man.
So, anyway, there's nothing else to say. That's it for this one, Devils. Later.